What's up, YouTube? It's Dontavious Hill here, three-time Team USA high jumper, five-time NCAA All-American, currently with a personal best of 7 feet 5 inches, and I've coached hundreds of high school athletes to personal records, school records, scholarship, you name it, national championship, All-American appearances at the high school level, you name it, right? And today, what I want to talk about is not being able to afford to help our children in a certain way, or not understanding the concept of affording or investing in coaching or things of that nature, right? And the thing is, guys, like most parents, most coaches, whenever they're referring to their athletes, they're usually mostly thinking about the now instead of thinking about the future, right? So a better perspective that I kind of always give our parents or give the coaches who I work with or the coaches that I coach their athletes is when it comes to the athlete, right? When we think about what the athlete wants or what the athlete wants to achieve, most times there's this mindset or this thing lingering in the back of their mind where they can't afford to fail, right? So the athlete can't afford to fail, right? So with the athlete not being able to, well, the athlete can't afford to fail, to fail for the parents, right? It's up to, I would say, the parent or the coach of the athlete to find a way to afford to succeed, right? So it's a very interesting concept, right? Because the thing is, when we think about our athletes or our student athletes going on to college or succeeding at the high school level, academically, athletically, I feel like the main question that a lot of parents usually ask themselves, or that they could ask themselves, is, you know, is not getting a coach for my athlete, is that worth having a poor athletic experience, right? So when we write it up here, it's like no coach, like poor experience, like it's like not getting a coach. Is it worth, having a poor experience for your athlete? And I feel like that's probably one of the biggest questions that parents can ask themselves when thinking about deciding whether they want to go the coaching route or just let their athlete continue to try and do things by themselves and get minimal or even no results at times. It's like, just ask yourself, right? I've talked with parents, and we talked about, like, if your athlete doesn't, say they're having their senior year, their junior year, and they go out and they don't do well, like is that worth it? Was it worth it for you to say, okay, well, we don't want to do coaching, we just want to let them do what they want and see what happens? Is that poor experience that your child going to have, is that what you wanted, right? And most times parents, they usually want their child to have the best experience possible, and the best way to get the best experience possible is to have the best structure in place as you possibly can, right? Other things to ask for yourself is, is your athlete close to marks, right? Are they close to achievements, right? Is your athlete close to actually being able to get a PR? Are they close to being able to qualify for state, jump the school record, get a scholarship, right? Are they close? Are they in range, right? To the point where, okay, if all I had to do as the coach or as the parent was give them an opportunity, you're like 100% sure they would achieve their goals. Like, that's something to ask yourself. Like, are they close to achieving, right? Are they close to achieving? Let's just say scholarship, PRs. It's something to ask, right? Because the closeness of how close your athlete is to being able to succeed, whatever that looks like for them, that can like kind of determine your factor of how much you feel like this is worth it for your child, right? At the same time, their happiness is important as well. So I know a lot of parents, they always tell me like, look, whatever you need to do as a coach, I just want to make sure my athlete is happy. Sometimes it's not even about how close they are to achieving things. Sometimes it's just about the experience, just being happy and things of that nature, right? And it's like when you understand, like having no coach could lead to a poor experience, whether that's in the junior year, senior year, etc. Right? And understanding that are they close to achieving or whether they're close or not, you still want to make sure your athlete is happy, right? Then we want to ask ourselves, understanding these two things, did we give them an opportunity? Right? Did we give them an opportunity? And the question is like, I understand like when I was younger, when I was in high school, my parents gave me an opportunity to get coaching, things of that nature. And the thing is like when I first started, I wasn't very good, but I got better and better and better. It went from 4'8" to 5'10" as a sophomore to 6'3" as a junior, 7 feet as a senior, now 7'5" today. Right. I wasn't that when I first started, but I was given a chance, given an opportunity so that when my parents walked away and they were done, they said, well, if he didn't do good in it, we gave him an opportunity, we gave him a chance. But on the other hand, had they never given me a chance to actually succeed in the sport, the thing is, we would have never known what I would have been able to become in the sport. Same case is true for every athlete that I've ever coached, right? Whether they've improved by 1 inch, I've had athletes improve by a full foot, right? Like 6 inches, you name it, right? These athletes have been able to improve. And the thing is, at the end of it all, right? Majority of all my athletes, they walk away happy, whether they jump 3 inches, 4 inches, you name it. The thing is, the parents are happy because they at least gave their child a chance. And that's what makes all the difference in the world, because the main thing, the main thing that's going to hurt in the end for our high school athletes or just some of the high school athletes who don't have the opportunity is literally not even getting a chance, because that's when you get regret, right? So we got no opportunity. We're going to put no opportunity. All right. Pretty much leads to regret, not only from our athletes, like regretting the fact that they couldn't get the chance to get coaching, but also from the parent for not saying, okay, well, all right, this coaching or this coaching looks good. Like this is something we think we should do, but we don't think we should do it because of something, right? Um, the regret that that athlete will feel in the end of it all is just so much more powerful than really any amount that you could ever spend. Because that one moment in school is like you're gonna remember your junior year, sophomore year, senior year, whatever, for the rest of your life. And there's not really an amount of money. It's priceless. A child's feeling or a child's value when it comes to their own human experience or something that they care about in that moment, which is why many of the parents who decide to allow me to coach their athletes walk away with pure gratitude and excitement, right? And parents of high school high jumpers, coaches of high school high jumpers, if you guys want your athletes to have a great junior year, senior year, freshman year, sophomore year of high school, you name it, right? Then I want you guys to go ahead and apply for coaching at the link down below. It'll take you to a quick quiz, takes about 60 seconds. And what we'll do is we'll hop on a free coaching call where we'll hop on that call. I'll see where your high jumper is in their journey, see where they want to get to, and then walk you guys through what it looks like to join the program. Inside of my coaching program, we help our high jumpers with our mindset, help them with their high jump technique, training plan, etc. You name it, just to make sure we give our high jumpers all the tools that they need in order to succeed. Okay, so like I said, guys, when we're kind of always thinking about whether or not, or we're making a decision on behalf or trying to see if we want to do something like join a program, things of that nature, ask yourself, is not having a coach, is that worth our athlete having a poor experience? Are they actually close to succeeding? And if we don't give an opportunity, are we going to regret it? You 100% will regret it if they do not succeed and you didn't give them the opportunity. But if you do give them the opportunity and they don't succeed, there will be no regrets, right? So like I said, guys, go ahead and book with me down below by applying for a call, and we'll get y'all rolling. Thank you.